In the quiet hills of western Kenya, there stands a towering rock, majestic, immovable, and yet deeply human. It doesn't just sit there. It speaks. It listens. And for generations, it has inspired faith, identity, and the kind of love most people never find. This is the story of Kit-Mikayi, the rock of the first woman, and of one man whose devotion to it became a legend that still echoes across Africa today. Long ago, in the Seme region of Kenya's Kisumu County, a man named Ngeso began climbing a massive rock formation near his home. At first, the villagers didn't think much of it. But then, he kept climbing. Every morning, without fail, Ngeso would disappear into the towering structure, not for minutes, but for hours. Sometimes, the entire day. He would return only at night, serene, silent, and distant. His wives grew frustrated. His neighbors grew suspicious. What drew him to that rock? When asked, he would only smile and say, "That rock, she is my first wife." At first, they laughed. Then they grew quiet. Because the truth was, he meant every word. Over time, the villagers began referring to the rock as Kit-Mikayi, meaning stone of the first wife in the Luo language. And the name stuck. But this wasn't just a nickname. It reflected something deeper, a cultural and spiritual truth that the community couldn't ignore. Because when you look at Kit-Mikayi, really look at her, you begin to see something more. The massive central stone resembles the main wife's hut. To one side, a smaller stone, the second wife. To the other, another, the third wife. And in front of them all, the traditional family home. It was as if the rock had always been there, waiting, carved not by wind, but by the very soul of Luo tradition. Ngeso's story soon became legend. Some dismissed him as mad, but many saw in him something rare. A man who found connection not in material things, not in status or ambition, but in something spiritual, eternal. When he sat beneath that rock, he felt complete. The world didn't need to understand, because he did. And that kind of love, selfless, unshakable, isn't madness. It's purpose. Today, Kit-Mikayi is no longer just a rock, she is a shrine. A sacred site of pilgrimage, prayer, and healing. Believers from the Legio Maria faith come to fast for days. Locals arrive to ask for blessings before life's major moments, births, marriages, and exams. And even tourists, once skeptical, often leave the site speechless. Because when you're standing beneath Kit-Mikayi, it's not hard to believe that something lives inside her, something watching, listening, remembering. The mystery of Kit-Mikayi only deepens with time. There are stories of visitors hearing whispers from the caves, the weeping of a woman, or the chanting of unknown prayers. Some say that if you come with a clean heart, the rock will show you visions of your purpose. Others have walked away with healing, or peace after long grief. But those who disrespect her, they say strange things happen. Fog that appears out of nowhere, unexplained chills, or in some cases, dreams that return again and again, until you go back. Ngeso died many years ago. But his legacy didn't fade, it grew. The rock he loved is now protected by generations of his descendants and the local community. To them, Kit-Mikayi is more than a monument. She is a mother, a spiritual compass, a reminder of a man who dared to follow his heart, even when the world laughed. Because sometimes, true devotion doesn't look the way we expect. Sometimes, it looks like a man, sitting quietly beneath a giant stone, loving it with his whole soul. In a fast-moving world full of distractions and doubt, Kit-Mikayi stands as a monument to stillness, to identity, to soul. She is a story carved in stone, reminding us that love doesn't have to be logical to be real. That sometimes, the most powerful connections are not between people, but between a person and the land that shaped them. And in a continent bursting with life, color, and mystery, this rock, in a quiet Kenyan village, might just be the most human of all. If this story moved you, if it reminded you that love, culture, and meaning still matter in today's world, hit that like and share button to encourage us and help us reach more people who really want to know more untold stories from the heart of Africa. Comment below, what does home mean to you? And tell us, what African mystery should we explore next? Subscribe to Africa Unboxed, where we don't just tell stories, we unearth them.